Hi kids, good morning. Today is Monday 4th from 2020. I'm happy to see you again. And I miss you guys, I miss you really much. Today we are going to start passing the list again, but we are going to do it a little bit different than the last time. I need you, if you want, to close your eyes and imagine that you're in the classroom. Try to remember all the walls, all the posters that were there. And when you listen your name, you can say present or whatever you want. Remember how do you say it? How did you say it at classroom? Now close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine the classroom. I'm going to start passing lists. María José, Carlos, Camila Bejarano, Camila Burgos, Paola, Roberta, Francisco, Daniela, Alexandra, Briana, Valentina, Natalia, Edgar, Lailén, Diego, Bruno, Alberto, Julio, Emiliano, Osvaldo, Yaretsi, Armando, Mauricio, Jedrek, Nicole, Lilibet, Juliana, Renata, René, Camila Sánchez y Paulo. Okay, that's all of you. Thank you for saying present and imagining that you are at the classroom. This last weekend, it was Children's Day. I want to know if you made an activity at your place, at your home. I know that we can't go out, but maybe you did something at your home. You can tell me if you want. Today we are having a live Zoom, and on Wednesday too, every Monday and every Wednesday, we are having a live on Zoom. I will send to your parents the link and the schedule so we can see each other and you can tell me all your doubts and I can answer to you. Now, let's pass to what we're going to do today. What we're gonna do today. Today we are going to talk about language and global citizenship. Let's start with language, your favorite assessment. Okay, let me show you. And we are going to start with negative future progressive. You can find this information on page 92. You are going to work in that page. So listen first my explanation and then try to do it on the book, okay? Negative future progressive. This is a tense. And when do we use this tense? We use this tense to talk about things that will not happening in the future. Not happening in the future. So we add to this is the rule. We add to the sentence before the verb will not be, and we add ing at the end of the verb. We did this with future progressive and with affirmative future progressive. Now the difference is that we add not between the will and the be. Okay, we can also write the contraction want. Remember that I told you that sometimes they are lazy and they don't want to write a lot or say a lot, so they use contractions. You can use this contraction instead of will not be. I put you 2 examples here. Juliana will not be playing the piano on Saturday. Or you can write, Juliana won't be playing the piano on Saturday. I remove the will not be and write won't be. The verb, I leave it like this with ing. Now the second example would be, Francisco won't be eating cookies next week. Or You can write, Francisco will not be eating cookies the next week. Both are right. Okay, now let's go to page 92. This is page 92. Okay, this is the explaining that I already told you. And we have some examples, another two examples here. Here we have this rule. We can also use the contraction want instead of will not. Example, I will not be staying for dinner, or I won't be staying for dinner. Now, that you need to do here, obviously, please and always read the instructions complete, because some of you don't read the complete instructions. So read the instructions, use the prompts to form sentences in negative future progressive tense. Write them on lines. I will help you to answer just the first one. This is the sentence that they give us. I not work next week. We have two right forms to write this in a correct form. I will be not working next week, or you could write, I won't be working next week. Now, I help you with this. You need to do this by yourselves, okay? Now, let's go to the next part of language, and would be interrogative future progressive. When do we use this tense? We use this tense to ask questions about things that will be happening in the future. Now, here it's a little tricky because we change the form of the sentence. Let me explain you. It's formed by writing the subject between will be and by adding ing at the end of the verb. For example, I put you here, will, and then you write the subject. Could be you, I, could be a pronoun, or could be a proper name. And it's will, noun, next the subject, next again the be, and then verb with ing. Now I put you here two examples. At the end of each sentence, you must write the question mark. You must add this. If you don't add this, it's wrong, okay? You must add the question mark. It is important to you to write this. Now, the first example is, will Emiliano be cooking the cake? As you see, I put first the will, and then I put my subject, then my verb with ing. If you don't write this word, the word be, between the subject and the verb, it is wrong too, okay? You must add this word and the question mark. The second example is, will third grade be having a party? Now, I don't know, maybe when we come back. So, let's go to the page from the book. It's page 93. Now, in page 93, we have the explanation that I already gave you, and we have the example here, more graphic. You write your sentences like this in future progressive. If you want to make this sentence in interrogative future progressive, you must change these two words. You have it here more graphic. Oh, sorry. Now, remember to read the complete instructions. Read the following sentence, then rewrite them in the interrogative future progressive tense. She will be looking for a new dress. She will be looking for a new dress. Now, how can I change it? Remember, I must write first will and then the subject. I need to write, will she be looking for a new dress, and add the question mark, okay? Now, this is the last tense from future progressive. You have an extra activity today besides answer these questions. I'm sorry, these pages. let me explain you what you're gonna do on the activity. You must go to extra pages on your book, and then you will write 2 sentences for each future progressive. This is the instructions that you have on your calendar. Write 2 sentences for future progressive, 2 in affirmative future progressive, 2 in negative, and another 2 in interrogative future progressive. I wrote you some examples. I made my homework too. It's future progressive. These are my both examples for future progressive. 3rd grade will be having a party on Friday. Paulo will be dancing tomorrow. These are less detailed than affirmative future progressive. Remember that. Now let's go to the next examples. It will be affirmative future progressive. Example number 1. Valentina will be playing with her kitty on Sunday at Grandma's house. 2nd, Edgar will be playing video games in the afternoon at 4 o'clock. This is my 2 examples for affirmative progressive. Now, let's go to negative future progressive. Number 1, Camila Sanchez will not be swimming this weekend. Number 2, Daniela won't be drinking juice at the party. As you see, I use the 2 forms to write my examples. Now, interrogative future progressive. Will Mauricio be shopping at Pet at Monday? I'm sorry, and I add my question mark. 2nd, will Paola be playing at the computer tomorrow? And my question mark. This is the examples for the activity that you must do today. Now, let's go to global citizenship. Now, let me show you the screen. And now, on global citizenship, we are going to talk about challenges of globalization. We already talked about opportunities of globalization. Now we are going to talk about the challenges. And for that, let me show you some videos. Let's start with this. Now, wait a minute, give me a second.
This video will explain the impacts of globalization. Give me a second. The evidence of globalization is everywhere. But it is important to recognize that not everyone is in favor.
Okay, sorry about that. Now, I will play the video, okay? Let me show you.
This video will explain
Listen
the impacts
carefully,
of
okay, guys?
The evidence of globalization is everywhere, but it is important to recognize that not everyone is in favor of it. Some groups argue that the TNCs, or the transitional corporations, are responsible for many of the world's environmental problems. These problems include global warming, the depletion of natural resources, and the production of harmful chemicals. Some groups also claim that the TNCs take advantage of developing countries by polluting industries and their borders, lodging their tropical forests, and exploiting their labors. Other concerns include the loss of local culture, the tendency for developed countries to interfere in the affairs of developing countries, and a reduced power of governments to control economic activity. However, there are people who support globalization and suggest it benefits individuals in the global community. The corner of the globalization claim that it results in faster economic growth, quicker access to new technology, cheaper imports, and greater competition. Supporters of globalization argue that the globalization will make the world economy more efficient and will continue to create hundreds of millions of jobs, mainly in developing countries.
Okay, this is one of the videos that I wanted to show you. Let me show you the next video. This next video is more visual for those who has difficult to understand the language. So let me show you the video and then we are going to the pages, okay? Okay, now, as you see on the last video, we have a lot of challenges with globalization, but the important thing is to think how we can solve these problems or how we can improve them. Okay, let's go to the page and let's read what does the page of the book says. Give me a second. Okay, there you go. Okay, the challenges of globalization. Remember to read the complete instructions. Read and listen the following text. I will put you the track because I know some of you are having trouble with this. So I put the track and you must listen and read at home, okay?
The challenges of globalization. Read and listen to the following text. Have you ever mixed two colors of paint? What happened? They were no longer two separate colors. The two colors were gone. They made a new color. Our cultures can do this too. As cultures connect, they can blend into something new. But they may lose some of what made them different or special. That is just one challenge of globalization. You have learned it can be great. It also has some negative effects or challenges. Challenges of globalization. Cultures can lose their individuality. Cultures can blend and lose what makes them unique. They can lose what makes them special. People can lose their jobs. Companies move their shops to other countries. They move to places where they can pay workers less. It leads to more environmental problems. Companies build shops in other countries. They move to places where there are no laws to protect the environment. This can cause deforestation. These countries then have to cut down more trees so they can sell wood to richer countries. It can also cause pollution. It can cause sickness to spread. Since people are connecting more, sickness can spread easier. Luckily, people know about these challenges. They work to preserve their culture, jobs, the environment, and their health.
Very good. Now, the activity for this page is think about your culture. On a separate sheet of paper, draw the unique parts of your culture you would not want to see disappear because of globalization. Write a description of your drawing. Share your paper and description with a partner. For example, something that I don't want to see disappear from my culture or our culture is some of our languages, or yes, like, I don't know, Maya or Otomi. Those are native languages that are beautiful and that made that form are part from our history, and I don't want to see them disappear. So what wouldn't you want to see disappear? Let's go to the next page. 126. Read the instructions, okay? Use the sentence bank to complete the cause and effect chart. This is the sentence bank, okay? Now, you must write these sentences on this chart if you think if it's a cause or if you think if it's an effect. For example, companies move their shops to countries where they can pay workers less. It is a cause or it is an effect. You must think about it after all the videos and the lecture that we already see. And that's all from today, guys. I hope to see you later at the live. And if I don't see you, I see you tomorrow with the next video. Stay healthy and have a good day. Bye, guys.